1976. And if you look at your handout, I have the official definition. An idea or element of social behavior passed on through generations in a culture, especially by imitation. Think oral tradition. Think family history. Think potty training. This is not 1976. Memes are now best known for the internet cartoons, graphics and text, flooding social media, emails, and websites. For many of them, optional features include spelling, grammar, punctuation, and anything resembling logic. If you're like me, you've seen several thousands of these at least. You may have heard that Grumpy Cat got her own Christmas movie where she was voiced over by a guy. And you may wonder how exactly Willy Wonka became the spokesperson for, well, everything. And if you're like me, you've looked at a lot of these and said, you know, I could do that. I've got such great ideas. Now, if you're one of those high-tech Macintosh graphics gurus, you can just put your head down and take a little nap. Because I'm going to take you into my little PC Microsoft world and teach you how to make your own internet memes. All you need are 4 simple ingredients: an idea, a search engine, Microsoft Word, and the application called Paint. Since it looks like we're all at least 18 and this is the 21st century, I'm going to assume we all know how a search engine and Microsoft Word work. You may not be familiar with Paint, so if you need to, look on your computer from your Start menu. And when you open all your programs and look under Accessories, you'll find Paint, and you just click on it to open. When you're thinking about your idea for a meme, I can come up with a handy little acronym for you. TICK. Text, image, color. That's all you need to think of to start creating things. And to make your meme, you're going to go to Microsoft Word first. Now, your layout may vary depending on which version of Word you have, but the basic commands and features that you're looking for are still labeled the same in every version. You're going to start by creating a text box. So you want to find your Insert menu and your text box option. In newer versions of Word, there's a pop-up menu with about 9 different kinds of text boxes. You just want basic text box. And you're going to shape that by clicking and dragging. And you can always adjust the size later, so don't worry about making it too big or too small. Then you're going to type your text into your text box, just as you would type in any Word document, and adjust the size and the font to something that suits your mood and what you're trying to express. And make sure you put a line break, hopefully in a logical flow, in the middle of your text. This is going to create the sort of classic top and bottom look. Straight line, punch line is how it usually works in humorous memes. The next step is to format your text box so it looks the way you want it to. In newer versions of Word, when you click on the text box, options in your toolbar will change and you'll see Shape Fill and Shape Outline with a little paint bucket. And you can click on those to select. Dinosaur versions of Word, you double click on your text box and work from the pop-up menu. And big surprise, I'm feeling kind of purpley today. So I'm going to select my fill and my outline to be a lovely shade of lavender. I've got my text, I've got my color, I'm ready for my image. Assuming you know how to do a Google image search, you're going to go to Google or whatever search engine you might be using. If you can, select the images option, type in a name, title, or description of what kind of graphic you want. Larger pixels are better because then you've got more room to play with. You can always condense a larger image. Trying to enlarge a smaller image leads to fuzzy, distorted, pixelated imagery, which isn't very fun to look at. Unless you're trying to convince your audience that they really need to go get their eyes checked. In that case, have at it. most convenient way is to either right-click the image and save as onto your computer, or right-click and copy. Since I knew we weren't going to be able to get internet down here easily, I already did that. And I picked an image, so I'm going to copy that and go right into Microsoft Word and paste it. And I like the keyboard shortcuts, so I use Control-V. Now I'm going to just adjust my text box so that Oscar Wilde's credit isn't cut off. I'm going to center his name, because I think that'll look better. And that's basically my meme. Now the last step is to convert it to a graphics file so I can share it online easily. So to do this, I'm going to click on the text box, and then Control-A, which is the Select All function, and then Control-C to copy it. I go back over to my Paint application, and you can see I've got just literally a blank canvas here, so I'm going to paste using Control-V or the menu function. And in this case, my color didn't copy. With newer versions of Word, that's not a problem. With the older version, it's really finicky about where you click and how you click when you select it. But on a newer version of Word, your color should copy just fine. Since I don't need all that extra white space, I'm going to click the Select button. You can see my cursor turns into a little bullseye target site. I'm going to select my meme to trim off the extra white space and click Crop. And now, just like any other application we've used, I go to the pull-down menu, select Save As, and I like to use the JPEG format. It's one of the most common graphics formats, and it's pretty universal, meaning anyone you send this to should be able to see it. And then, just like any other file, you're going to pick where in your directory you want to save it, give it a name that you'll remember, and click Save. You now have your very own meme that you are ready to release on the world. My last two reminders are, for the love of all that is good, check your spelling and grammar, please. And only use memes to entertain, inform, or annoy. Mr. Toastmaster.